good? This is episode 27 of the Heavyweight Podcast. Happy New Year.
Sir. Happy New Year.
I am Stutter McFly with these two guys for the moment.
Sloppy Nuts.
Hmm.
Okay, Kevin Wendell. I think I like Sloppy Nuts.
I did rather enjoy Juicy Drawls. It's your boy Molito. Stay golden, nigga. I don't know if you said it. Stay golden.
Yeah.
This
Shout out to
nigga's
Betty,
an
man.
apparition now.
I miss her
Shout out
already.
to Hunter.
I miss her already. Stay golden.
So how was it's been a while, so how have your time off been?
I've been working. It was good though. I did get out. I left the state for a weekend. And that was nice. That was real nice. Go out and to Seattle. Saw my homie Josh Firestein do his thing doing comedy. It was cool watching him, like the growth. That's cool to see.
I can't help but notice the cut.
Yeah. I had to go out there so then be like, damn, that's dad life, huh? Like, nah, nigga, we still doing good. Like,
He was
That's what's up.
he was faking it to make it. That's what he's saying.
and I got to see my first wrestling match. That was pretty dope. Like my first one as a spectator. I went to one as a fucking security guard, but yeah, my homeboy was out there from Florida wrestling. That's dope.
That's what's up. Mr. Molito.
My time off from the pod has been a mixture of everything. Relaxing, adventurous, self-reflecting. All in all, good vibes, good energy.
I'm digging the shirt.
Thank you. Stay golden. I want to say fuck 2021 for taking Betty from us, man.
Yeah. For shizzle. So you guys are
How was yours, Stutter?
it's been different. Oh. That's all I can say. I'm just adapting to everything and put my best foot forward and trying not to snap. That's all I can do in 2022.
It's all right to choke a bitch sometimes.
No, it's not. Not
I
being
mean,
black
I don't
in
mean a
America.
female. I just mean for anybody can be a bitch. I'm not referring. Please don't choke a female. Sometimes you gotta choke somebody else. Sometimes.
Not being black in America, it's not good to choke people.
I never said you got to choke somebody else. You know what I mean?
You might be referring to masturbation.
That's almost what I got out of that. It was just like that's where I was sitting there like I don't.
There's
Does he mean the
different
chicken?
levels. There's different
He's the
levels
chicken.
of choking.
I mean, I in my youth, I could have had hairy palms and been blind, but yeah. So
I think. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say I'm older now. I've just perfected the techniques.
You know how to do the stranger, is what you're saying?
I'm saying sometimes you gotta add a thumb and a finger there. You know what I mean? Make you feel like you're not by yourself.
What did you say? Excuse me. That's where we went.
Okay.
Well, we should tell him Keith is on the slave ship still.
In vintage stutter mode. Moving on. Let's chop it up. I guess we'll start light and head heavy. So the Metaverse is coming, and Kevin, I know you wanted to talk about this, but more importantly, what do you think the Metaverse in its entirety is going to do to people's psyche?
I think it's going to do two things. I think it's going to make some of those that aren't comfortable around people more comfortable to be themselves, since they can create the person they want to be. You know what I mean? Like their avatars, that's how they see each other in the metaverses, their avatars that they create. So I was talking to somebody, it's almost like stand-up. Like say there's somebody who can't get it in real life, like in stand-up, but they're killing in the metaverse, you know what I mean? So you're going to get that, but you're also going to get lost in that and not know reality. And that's the part that I think is the scary part, because we're going to start blurring lines. So I don't know what that's going to do. If that's going to make people, do you think it'll make them psycho? Not psycho, that's a bad word, but you know what I mean. They don't know what's real and what's fake.
I personally think they're gonna lose touch with reality. Like they're not gonna know what's real to what's reality to what's on in the metaverse per se. They're just gonna blend them together.
Kind of like how the kids do the pranks now, but like on a different level. Because they think, oh, we could just go out here and prank somebody in the ghetto. And you're like, you shouldn't do that. Like, these people ain't playing. Like, I don't know if it goes worse into that.
Well, what about you, Gil? More lethal.
I think the metaverse is eventually going to be a place where people run and hide from their anxieties and their depressions.
So what
Because
people do now?
Because yeah, I mean, it's similar to what they do now. It's just going to be easier access. I mean, you can go pretend to be somebody else. You know?
Now, do you think that can come into the metaverse though? That's where it gets tricky because
I think it's the same thing. You can do it. You can say it with gaming. You can say it with role playing games. You can say it with stuff like what Geek does with the Dungeon and Dragon. It creates a space to where you don't have to be yourself. You can be a portrayed image of yourself or a version of yourself that you may sound more appealing. It's easier to pretend than to get out there and hustle and actually be who you want to be.
But
I personally feel with this whole thing is I can't take it serious because it won't never be like it is in the movies. Like in the movies, they make these motherfuckers feel like they're really in that world. I still think it's just gonna be you in front of a computer screen. Like in movies, like the mentality of it is like they make it seem like they completely detached and like their brains inside of whatever's going on.
Well, they're working on
all
that.
VR.
They're trying to make it like the movies, and I think they're going to be with the technology people driven like this. It's going to be successful. They already have wireless headsets in production, all that stuff. They have patents on almost everything. You got different entities making different worlds. Like I found out today that the TikTok beef between the council and the role, they have their own metaverse land where you can literally join a side and go into the metaverse and fight for your side of the cause. Like this shit is coming, you know what I mean?
It's
but
coming,
the thing is, it's gonna. My only issue with it is that I feel like it's gonna be something that people use to avoid dealing with their problems.
But now, because that makes me think of like the people who go in there and hustle. You know what I mean? They go in there and they create something. Is that not the same thing? Are they not? Are they running or are they? Hey, let's just recreate. This is what's here now.
Hey, a hustle is a hustle if the paycheck is real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The money's in there. People are making real dollars.
If I'm hustling in there, my avatar is gonna look like Huggy Bear.
Oh yeah, that's dope. You know, the first thing I thought, I was like, can I sell dope in there? Like, because I don't think I can go to jail. Like, it's not real dope.
Or the Mac. Shout out the Mac.
This is what I'm talking about. People using that to portray things that they want to do in real life.
Hey.
That they can get rid of that. They can get away with that shit inside the verse. In the real world.
Here's a bigger question. How many people are going to pretend to be different races?
All of them.
That's interesting.
Everyone.
It's going to be in the psyche. It's going to make you think. Like, wait a minute. So you've always thought you were white, huh?
No, I don't think it's going to be a black white Asian thing. I think these motherfuckers going to be elves and vampires and shit. I don't think
from Avatar shit.
Yeah.
Like the movie, what about blue people?
You know how many white people are going to be dropping N-bombs from now on just because they're black now?
They drop them now. It's not. It's going to be the same people. It's the same people
Think
who
about
drop them now. It's the same people who drop them now, Kevin. It's not going to change. Look here,
Sarah's going to go back to work after being a weekend.
Look here, Juicy Drawls. It's going to be the same people now.
You sure?
Drop them now. I guarantee you. You
I
might
like
have.
How he responded.
You might have
responded to Juicy Drawls. I like that.
I'm telling you.
You might have a couple who get a little more brave. You know,
Sarah's
but the thing is like, hey. All I say is people don't get too caught up in the metaverse and lose your real life.
So the final verdict from both of you guys, you think it's a great thing? You think it's going to cause more of a damaging thing to us as a society now, as far as how we interact with others?
I think it's a terrible thing because in-person human reaction is what people need.
And it's been on decline. I mean, every time you go out, more people are looking down at their phone than they are communicating with people right across the table.
and that's why you have
Yeah,
more
but when they put the
sociological movement
goggles on, they'll feel like they're there. Wait, they're
Okay,
gonna
but
make it feel like touch and all that stuff.
all right. Goggles or
It's
not, you can still
just
get these hands.
damn.
Yeah, you probably gonna be able to feel it. They're probably gonna put some. Hey, put these on your temples. Oh shit!
We're gonna sign up to get hit. Moving on. Chicago violence. We chopped it up in a conference call about this, but um, in Chicago, the violence it seems so it's so normal now and expected that it's now become kind of a casual thing. Uh, do you guys want to touch more on that, and then like on the broader like the broader scale of what that means, like just in general for the mentality and hoods and inner cities where that's become a thing, but Chicago mainly the focus, and then kind of broaden it out for everything else. Do you guys want to touch on this?
Yeah, like I mean, I know it's a lot of places, but it feels like they were the ones who kind of like made it. It's a game now. Like they're talking about keeping scores and stuff. Like that's I don't know if that's just detached like from human life. You know what I mean? And that's scary because like it's I said it's infecting other places, and I don't know if there's a fix if they think it's a game. Like I don't know. I don't know what do you think, Mo? I don't.
I think that it's like David Banner said. There used to be rules to this game, and now there are no rules, and the drug sellers have become the drug users, and it's sad because there's no value upon life. I'm not just saying Black lives. I'm saying no matter the race. I don't think people put value on the living. If you, especially in inner cities, like when they say anyone can get it, they mean it. They mean anyone can get it. There's no restrictions on that, and I
Oh,
think
for
that
nothing.
speaks more to the trauma in inner cities than anything. I mean, it's like again. I mean, we said it numerous times before on the podcast. The whole crabs in a barrel mentality, and I don't think. I mean, as sad and as damning as it is, I mean, they're all bright spots. I think. I mean, there's no way. It's going to be hard to combat situations like this because you have people in that lifestyle who generally love this lifestyle. That's all they know. It's cool to them.
Yeah.
It's a popular thing. Um, and that's why most people die young in the streets, and because the streets is a young man game. You know, so I just think to me it's a sad situation because, like I said, it's just a bunch of people of color, um, with some non people of color dealing with trauma and issues, and sometimes uh, the my one of my current rappers, favorite rappers, Toby said, a lot of fathers were stolen.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of misguided
Yes.
people who were raised by single parents, and they were taught to be men by people who necessarily wasn't real men, and so they're doing a lot of boys things out here in these streets.
Like it makes me think of like that's what I do like that Kanye thing is trying to get Larry Hoover out. Because I think, like you said, the fatherless thing, like he may not have been everybody, he may have been doing stuff, but while he was there was rules, there was guidelines. It's like, hey, you got to follow this, and it's like, if we get these people back, maybe some rules will come back. But I don't know if it's too far gone, so where they look at him like, man, ain't nobody listening to this old head no more.
But I
Like,
think you got. I think you understand. I think the patriarchy of respect. Cause let's call it what it is. In the black community, it's all about respect. And if you don't
yeah,
have respect, you're not listened. No one listens to you without the respect. No one cares what you think. No one cares about what you're trying to say without the respect. Now, you may have a couple of you who know you, are down with you because they grew up with you. They might listen, but in the grand scheme of things, if you don't have that respect, it doesn't matter. You can say, "Hey, man, I can teach you. We can all be rich by next summer. We put the guns
yeah,
down and do it this way." If they don't want to hear you, then they don't want to hear you. So I don't think that level of respect, because you used to have, like back in the day, you'd have OGs and say, "Hey, so and so's untouchable. He don't bang. He not part of this life. I don't want anybody messing with him." You know what I'm saying? He got something going on in his life. He's not destined for this. And as nowadays, it seems like they're recruiting them younger and younger.
yeah.
And then the fact that they're you got all these children being born without fathers, and the streets is calling because hey, they're idolizing through the music and through what they see in their daily life. They're idolizing the street guy. You know what I mean? Children idolize what they see. So if you're in a neighborhood where statistically there's less dual parent households, there's less positive black figures in your life, you're not gonna idolize to be that. You're gonna idolize to be the guy you see on the corner, the guy with the money, the guy with the girls. That's what you want to be like. I want to be like you. What I gotta do to be like you? You know what I'm saying? Like what the famous black man line. I'm trying to be like you, player. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's hurting us as a community. I think that well, as a community, I think that's hurting us. That mentality is hurting us. But that's multiple levels of trauma, man. That's
they're like shell shocked.
That's a big onion to unpeel. You know what I mean?
That's like legit PTSD, unchecked PTSD.
Yes, sir.
So even moving in more detail, in Los Angeles, there was a 16-year-old girl that was body was dumped, and she was found dead with a gunshot wound to the neck. And I know her mother had openly went on news and said like she was thrown away like trash. Even with that, and what to add, and what you Mo and Kevin were saying, what do you think makes what do you think makes kids now, or the youth now, be so numb, and it seems like for them violence is something where they're so used to it, they become numb to it, and they do it. Like you said, there used to be a code amongst the OGs where it was like, these people are untouchable, this is amongst us, they're the people that are in the life. Now people, like, anybody can get it. Like it's an open call on everyone who, pretty much, if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time type shit. Like,
I think the answer to that is simple: the frequency of occasion, how frequently it happens.
So they see it so much.
When you see it so much, you become numb to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like anything in life. Once something becomes the norm because it's happening X amount of times, it's okay, that happens around here. Yeah,
I
what can you
understand
do?
that.
You know what I'm saying?
And what about, and like that's true. And do you think the music helps that?
No.
Like, I know the music's a reflection, but now they see it as this, and I can keep doing this, and now I can make millions doing this.
Because you have some people who use the music as a way of expression, and you have some people who believe everything these rappers say.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is the music being so popular and what it is?
Well, that's the thing. You have these naive kids and children who believe that these rappers are actually living the lifestyle they're rapping about, and that's not the case at all. You know what I mean? That's not what it is. And I think at that point, that's when they think that, oh well, this is what so and so do. I'm gonna do it. I'm just as mad as he is. I can do this too, and then I'll tell my story. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people want to be SoundCloud rappers and all that, and
that's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of people out here with no talent. You know,
if it has that much influence, it takes
talent to be it, but it does.
Like, if it has that much influence, it has to be driving people, and like the fact that it's pressed so hard.
I'll be right
back.
Like
those are some of the big rappers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what's getting driven. It feels like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a combination.
I definitely think that we got to this weird point to where art used to imitate life, and now it's the reverse. You know what I'm saying? Now life is, with these kids, they're believing it. So now the life is imitating the art. You know what I mean? Like it's somewhere along the line we flipped, and I don't know. I think because, like I said, I think it all comes back down to the foundation of the household, man. Like, you have to have the importance of both figures in the house is I don't think people really understand how important it is, because you can't have one person playing both roles, whether it's single mom, single dad, whatever the case may be. You need both sides of that coin. You need the balance. You know what I mean? It's moms can say something till she's blue in the face,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna have the same impact, that dad would have or whatnot. You know what I mean? So
What
I think
about
that does weigh heavy.
like the leaders too? Because if you think about it, like in a certain time there was leaders within the black community, but I don't know who we look to now. You know what I mean? Like we're looking at actors and stuff.
That's
Like
the thing. I don't really think we have leaders,
yeah,
because I think leadership has to be local. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Leadership has to be something to where um, you can physically see that or talk to that person regularly. So I think local leaders, granted they're out there, we don't they're not high profile because we don't know them all, but those are the key. But I think that goes back to where they're struggling for that same dynamic that I said earlier. Like, do they have the respect? Because you can get the OG that comes back out and he tries to tell the young guys that it wasn't worth it and he wish he wouldn't have did it and all that. You know what I'm saying? You can get that. But the thing is like they still need a role model. A
yeah.
leader is also a role model. So they need someone to put the groundwork in, to be the model
But that
to follow.
sucks
You know
to
what I
have
mean?
to be in the life like that. We shouldn't do that to each other. It's like you didn't live this life. You can't tell me. It's like I didn't. I lived here. It's like I did this. We should be able, but we don't. So that's what makes it hard for people that want to. It's like they almost look at it as a lost cause. It feels like, and that's scary
Like I
because
said, some
you
people
treat it that way.
some people love the life. Some people love the fast money.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Some people, but again, like a lot of that stuff is they don't realize it's short lived. You know, and most people who are successful have an exit plan. You know, a lot of these guys
yeah.
now, a lot of these, I won't say guys, a lot of these kids now, they don't have an exit plan. They're out here just doing what they do, and I don't
No
think that's,
guidance.
yeah, and that's not the way to play it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and
well,
like it's wild because I always think about like the King Von and stuff like that. Like how they, I was like watching all this stuff. How they talk about how he was out there killing people. I was like, at some point he was going to jail, but
yeah,
it was almost like Dirk was his big homie. But Dirk's like what 27, 28, something like that. You're like the big homies are still babies. Like that's wild.
because it's weird. I think certain people get to that age to where you're the uncool guy. You may have the knowledge, but you're not cool. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
It
that's
wasn't.
me,
It
100%.
wasn't. You don't know what it's like. Oh man, like I saw a video recently, and I didn't even watch the whole video because it triggered me. And she said something along the lines of "you people born in the 1900s," and I felt so disrespected. I wanted to slap everybody under 22. You know what I mean? Like that's how disrespected I felt. But I don't know, man. I think it's like I said, that's just an onion with so many layers, man. It's going to be hard to unpack that and say this is the cause. I think the
Oh yeah,
problem is there's so many causes stacking up on one another that it doesn't make it insurmountable. It just makes it a delicate issue to tackle. Welcome
Sorry
back,
about
sir.
that. I'm back.
So
I didn't hear anything you guys said, but I wanted to chime in on what I did hear
yeah.
before I left. So I know you're saying that rappers fall under the whole. I mean, the fan falls under trying to be what the rappers claim live in real life. Uh, because to me, when I think SoundCloud now, I don't think gangster rappers. I think like a few rappers have
users.
said, the druggers have become the users, and now the users are dying left and right because the rappers are now the users instead of the drug dealer or the gangster. So I guess for me, Oh, so it's like a half and half thing. Like I do see a lot of kids now getting heavy into drugs. So I agree with what you said, but I just think it's not even just gangsters anymore. It's
What about this? What about them doing the drugs they're doing that to escape from that environment? Like if you
mhm.
look at a lot of those kids who are the drug ones, you look at where they're from. I didn't know Juice World was from Chicago.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit! Like it
Did you
makes
watch the
sense.
documentary?
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. Oh my god, what are you guys doing? Like somebody, yeah. Anyway, somebody should have stepped in. But anyway,
I think the
Yeah, and
crazy thing is a lot of the drugs that they use are drugs that are prescribed
you
for
can buy. Yeah, you can
stuff
just get
like
them
like
for
ADHD and stuff like that. So I mean,
perks
but
and
they're
yeah
just but they're using it in the long like
abuse.
like like when I was in college, I know a lot of kids that popped Adderall,
yep,
and I was like,
that's what one of the main things Juice is popping.
and I was like,
Like nothing.
for what? And I was like, oh
I,
man, just just take this Adderall, man. You'll be able to study. And I said, bro, it ain't that important to me. Like, you,
no, I've done
excuse
it
me,
all.
but I think that's where it
No,
started.
that's not the greatest thing to say,
I
but
mean,
I
I think
did all
that's
that.
where it started. I think I knew people who would pop. It would be finals week. They would pop Adderall
Yeah,
for final week, and then the second finals were over. They got the weed. They're on
bro,
the
they
they're
prescribed
using
Xanax.
something. They're using Adderall. They're using Xanax. They're using weed. They're using uppers and downers to cope with life because they don't know how to deal without it. And to me, that was the sad part.
I
And that
used
was
to take that shit all the time, and then I stopped, and then I remember I had some from a doctor, and I took it, and I was like, wait. So people come to work like this every day? Like, whoa, you're just on
Yeah,
drugs. They're just giving
yeah,
drugs away.
yeah.
an important thing you said, Kevin, was someone should have stepped in. And I feel like that's the main thing is a lot of the adults, the OGs or whatever, they're all just kind of staying out of it. And like you're seeing these kids kill
Yeah,
themselves. Like you
that
look
is
at
an
that Juice
interesting
World
point.
shit, he just and no one around him, they were all coming in for the money and no one was looking at him and saying, "Mate, nigga, you need to slow up." Like you at that tail end,
See,
as much as
yeah.
he was doing, you were like, "Damn!" Like no one stepped in. Not even your girlfriend said. The girlfriend was the one that was saying you need to stop, but she was right along with them that whole road down there until that tail end. And it's like then when he died, it was like whoa, a shock for
Yeah.
everyone. But that's some shit where someone should have stepped in like a long time ago
I mean, that
and
goes
said,
back to
Yeah.
a couple pods ago when we're talking about everybody who said that your friend ain't your friend.
"Yeah, exactly,
You were the money. So
yeah."
I'm
No one
not
was
gonna
gonna
tell the
stop
money
saying
no.
shit like,
I'm not gonna tell the money no. I don't care if it's in your best interest or not. I'm not gonna upset the money. You know, and I think we talked about this recently. So a friend is a friend is that it's willing to tell you the hard truth. A
yeah.
friend is willing to hurt your feelings so you can hear the
I don't
truth.
think these kids are getting that. I don't think people are coming in and saying like, "Look, motherfucker, like you need to better." They're just kind of letting them live, and they're living to die. Like
The
it's
thing you said too is they're kids.
yeah,
Kids.
Kids.
And we're
and
like,
no
fuck,
one's
what do we
stepping.
expect them to do? Like,
Yeah, like no one's stepping in to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, man, let me give you some guidance." Like it's
Damn,
they're
that
just
triggered me.
letting kids kill themselves. Like it,
I mean, when you just said that, I heard that Tupac song. Why am I fighting to live when I'm living to die?
yeah.
That line popped in my head instantly. God damn, I'm old. Uh, but yeah,
And you just wiser. That's all it is.
it's sad, man. Like it's a lot of people. It's kind of sad because isolation is dangerous, but it's almost to the point to where it's more important to be isolated than to be around fake people.
Yeah,
Isolation might be able to save you. It might hurt you. It might save you. It's a catch-22. You don't know which way
yeah.
it's going to play until you're in it.
Yeah, it just depends on what the scenario is because isolation can also like if you're doing the wrong things, isolation can be horrible. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm only laughing because I was like the metaverse niggas.
yeah, like like if you over here abusing some shit, isolation could be horrible.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
that one is a lot of layers, like you said.
Yeah. It's a big onion. It's a big onion.
yeah,
Prayers to all of them kids, man.
Man,
Shit,
prayers to everybody, bro.
everybody.
This
Yes.
shit ain't getting no easier, man. Life ain't getting no easier.
so with that said, we're gonna move on. We're actually gonna do this quite quickly with the topics. Um, so I guess to lighten it up, I know you guys all have seen Kanye West's antics,
That's not even.
and and to see recently that since Pete Davidson's been digging out his ex, he's showed time and time again why he is mentally unstable. Um, and it's even in this particular situation is showing where the mental abuse is in there somewhere, and you can see where it's unhealthy. What are your takes on how he's approaching the situation from his standpoint? Because it seems like he's quite obviously saying, "I ain't going nowhere," and it's looks a little abusive to me. What do you guys think?
I think in Kanye's situation, it's similar to what we just talked about. He has no one in his life where he respects enough to listen. Not even
Yeah.
Jay. I think Kanye thinks he's above all. And be honest, a lot of shit he says, it sounds off the wall. But when you think about it, well, if he meant this, he kind of sounds like he's smart. But the way he moves and does things doesn't
It's
convey what
erratic.
he's trying to say. You know, what is that?
He moves in an erratic sense.
Yes, yes. But
I mean,
if you take if this the timeline looks like this, right? It's all like this. But if you take it and like, okay, he probably, because you don't know the way that he thinks. Like I know, like I have my thoughts are scattered. Like I might start a conversation in my head on Monday and finish it on Friday because something happened that correlates. And I think Kanye talks how he thinks. He doesn't think in a straight line. He thinks like most geniuses are all over the place, right? So I
I
think he
know,
has that mentality, or he's just all over the place.
I know
And
he
then
got
you
away
have,
from that holy shit real quick.
and I,
Like,
I
Yeah,
he
right.
leaves it. He
Right.
did, and I think he leaves it on
right.
us, the listener, to kind of pace it together. Like it's a jigsaw puzzle that we have to pace together.
He got away from that holy shit real quick,
Yeah.
and he did that song with the game talking about beating Pete Davidson's ass. I said that. What happened to Donda Kanye? What the hell is this? Like
You know
that?
what? That man was hurt, man. It's clearly he loved that woman, man.
That's dope. But
It's
I,
clear.
listen, let's take this away. Let's take the Kanye West away. Let's take the music away. Let's take all that away. What's this fool look like right now?
But the thing is, you can't take that away because music will
No,
be.
you can't, because I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll tell the story because I
To
won't
me,
tell
he
where it
look.
came from.
Hold on. To me, he looks like a genius because he's still making $250 million a year off
No,
of
screw the
shoes
money.
that
Forget
look
the
like
money.
goddamn
I think he meant
cheese.
strip away the accomplishments and just put a man in front of a woman and what he's doing and
Oh,
tell
he's a
me what
homeless
kind
man.
of
He's a streetwalker.
I mean the mentality, what he's doing within that relationship.
Without
It's
the money
abusive.
without the money in the mentality, he's a homeless man.
But I'm
You know,
saying he clearly is. If someone were just looking at a couple, they would be like, "Oh yeah, he's mentally unstable. He
can I give
abuses
you a
her."
prime example?
Go
I was
ahead.
talking to
Go ahead,
someone
Juicy.
and I was talking to him about about the how Kanye moved across the street from Kim. And then
Okay.
he was telling me, "Oh yeah, my brother-in-law had to go through that." So he marries like somebody, and the lady's ex-wife or ex-husband moved from across the country to a house right down the street.
Okay.
And he was like, I was like, "So what happened?" He was like, "Apparently my brother-in-law went down there and had a conversation with him, and guess what happened? That guy moved."
Well, I don't know because Chris Rock said he
Right?
bought a house. Chris Rock said he bought a house in the same neighborhood as his wife when he divorced because they had split custody of the kids. So now it's not an inconvenience for the kids because dad lives around the corner. You're going to the same school. You have the same friends. It's not. So when you're moving to a different house. Now hold on. We're talking about people with money now. We're not talking about normal people. We're
No,
talking about the people with money.
that's not what he did. Though. He went
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that had anything to do with why he did what he did. Yeah.
I get he moved across the street. Okay, he could probably see the house from his roof, and he's probably zoned in.
Hey Kim, Pete, what's up?
Just eating cereal.
But I don't know. I don't know, man. The whole I wish Kanye nothing but the best, man. I think
No,
that whole
Pete get pussy.
situation.
Because if this wasn't Kim, like oh my God, he'd be in jail. You gotta go to jail. Because she had security. Other people don't. Like if some normal person did
But
this, we'd be like, Hey, you gotta get a restraining order against.
Well, yeah. If it was a normal person, he definitely would have been in jail. But at the same time, it was his kid's birthday party, wasn't it? Something like that.
Hey, you know how many
That's not
people
why
don't
he
get to
bought
go
the
to their
house.
kids' birthday parties?
No, he bought the house so he'd be close to the kids, man. He
Hey,
bought the house so
sure.
it's not. Yeah.
It was for the kids.
You know how many people are divorced
Niggas trick daddy.
and gotta have 2 different birthdays? They got the means to have. Don't go on social media. Hey, I'm trying. Like, she don't want you there, fool. Like,
I think the whole thing is blown about a proportion because the divorce is so new, and I think we overlook the fact that clearly, like I said earlier, Kanye fell for this chick heavy, and he hasn't let her go.
He was obsessed with her.
He has not let her go.
He was obsessed with her before they even got together.
Right. So at some point, he'll calm down once he figure it out.
Will
I
he
what's best for the kids.
I don't think he will. That's Kanye West.
I think you let him keep running the streets like nothing's wrong.
I don't think the man needs to be locked
dangerous.
up.
It could be dangerous.
Man don't need to be locked up though, man.
But Kanye West is not somebody I would think to go. You know what? He's eventually gonna move on and be calm. I don't think that about Kanye West.
I'm not gonna bash Kanye, man.
You know how many movies
I know you got killers, Jay. Don't send your killers for me, Jay. Doesn't seem like the guy that goes, you know what? I'm gonna think rational. I'm gonna move on.
Hey, if Kim just starts randomly getting robbed and Pete just starts getting beat up, we're gonna have to have a conversation. That's not okay. That's not okay.
But the point is,
my question
that man's
is,
mentally unstable.
My question is Kim done with us like Molly was? Is she officially done with us? No.
Now, hold on.
No, because OJ's Chloe's dead.
Look at Pete Davidson and tell him
that was wrong, huh?
He ain't got niggerish tendencies.
Oh, he has a lot of them.
Pete Davidson. If you look at Pete, that's just a substitution black person. That's a black person.
Hey, back up real quick, Mo. Back up, Mo. But whenever I see Pete David, I see that shirt and I'm like, Betty White.
I'm telling you, Pete Davidson, he moves very niggerish, okay? There is nothing about this man that sounds white, all right?
Except the tone of his face.
Yeah. But I'm saying his personality, the way he moves, the way he smokes weed, etc. He does not move like somebody that's just, nah.
Yeah, they let him to the chicken. They say, come to the barbecue, nigga. You can chill.
I'm saying, Pete's a nigga. That's my nigga.
You know what's funny? This is fucked up. Sometimes I gotta fight into the barbecue. Because niggas like, hey, you ain't black. And I'm like, well, I gotta fight into the barbecue. Nigga, I'm supposed to just get a ticket.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't think she's done with this.
Fuck Pete.
He's just a placeholder. I mean, he's in jump from chick to chick. It's amazing.
No, it's not Pete's fault. Good for Pete.
Good for Pete. Cause shit.
Hire a little more security. Or get some goons. I hope Pete rolls out with goons. That'll be hilarious. We just had a whole conversation about that, and I went backwards. I shouldn't have done that.
You sparked a point. Now, I'm gonna say this once. There is no way that if Pete Davidson was Vince Staples or any other dude that was considered that had some sort of street cred, and him saying that what he said in the song with the game about whooping his ass with that slide. The only reason why he did it because Pete Davidson is not a threat to him. He knows that Pete Davidson ain't got killers, and it's,
I'm from the south side of Chicago. You don't remember that? I stood up to killers.
I just know that the only reason why he's puffing his chest out is because of who Pete. He looked at Pete and said, "Pete is not going to do anything if I make these threats." And it'd been somebody else.
Wouldn't it be some shit though if she ended up with Drake?
It would be funny.
That would be.
I would.
That might not be funny. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna turn the TV off.
We're gonna watch that.
We're gonna watch a Hollywood homicide. Like this.
Drake is petty as shit. I would enjoy that because I would see he would use every opportunity to be petty in that situation.
Bro, I don't think you understand the fallout. The fallout.
He was like, hey,
Yo.
You think Drake's mansion won't be on fire?
Nah. The compound? Nah.
Yeah, he's gonna do something stupid.
They're gonna show up. Kiki, do you still love me?
I'm convinced that. Drake might be Suge Knight.
You ain't gonna make me catch a body like that. Ow.
I'm
You
telling
see
you.
that happening? Ow. He gonna make me catch a body like that. Ow.
I fucks with
Yay.
Drake because, like you say, he's King
He is
Petty.
petty as shit.
I love it.
I would love to see that shit. Anyway, so
Mm-mm.
like I said, we're moving through these fucking topics. So we're gonna this is part 2 of Happy Wife, Happy Life question mark. Molito, what's your take? Yeah.
I think we should all be happy in a relationship.
But you had a stands in the conference call. I was just trying to see his whole energy changed. That's not the Mo I talked to on Wednesday.
Look here, man.
Yeah, acting like he didn't even bring the topic. What?
I mean, my stance is still the same, man. Like both parties got to be happy. If we're, and clearly Kim was not. But both sides have to be happy, regardless.
Be
and
happy
I think
with Drake.
Oh, Peter
Drake.
Pan. That's that.
I mean, it's balance, and I think what I struggle with personally right now is that we're both changing as people. So it's almost to the fact of we've been together 20 years, but it's like I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. She's not the same person she was 20 years ago. So how do we adapt and make this work? And I think new boundaries are made, new expectations are made, and I just think it has to be a balance of where it goes both ways,
Take no shame.
You know what I mean? No one's perfect.
He doesn't believe in boundaries. Go ahead, keep going.
No one's perfect. I know I'm not perfect by a long shot, and I just think that it's one thing I'm learning about marriage in particular, man. That it's different every day. Every day it's different. There's never it's never the same. It's never the same program.
Yeah, I figured
it's
it
never
out.
The same channel. So
you had a whole different energy today.
I did.
You ate that food today.
I'm
and
full.
you posted that food, and now all of a sudden you full and happy.
I'm full.
And you probably got some good.
Hey, look here.
And now you're all content.
We will not be we will not be discussing my Queen's Garden.
I didn't say anything about. I'm just saying you're in a good place right now.
Were those crab? Were those crab?
Mo happy.
Oh,
what was that on there?
It was a crab
on the
no, sir. It was a lobster strip burger. That shit was fire.
Bougie ass nigga.
Call me what you want to call me, nigga.
Hey,
but what you ain't gonna call me is broke, nigga.
Hey, when I went
posted all this food, and now look at him.
No, I'm just saying.
You remember in the conference call? Was he like this? He was not like this in the conference call when he wanted to bring up this topic. Now, oh man, I think both sides.
Why gotta be my topic?
Like, wait,
all I'm saying is the same thing. Both sides gotta be happy, but both sides gotta be able to make moves and adjust and make it work. I mean, everything is give and take in life. It gotta be equal. That's all I'm saying. It gotta be equal. And that burger was delicious. And them honey buttered chicken wings were fire. I was real niggerish today. Only thing I was missing was the grape Shasta or RC Cola.
If you would have asked Hunter to bring it, he would have brought the grape Shasta and hung out with you.
On deck?
Yeah.
He would have had it on deck, huh?
Did you ask him how much it weighed pre-cook or post-cook?
I didn't ask that.
Yeah, shit.
I didn't ask that.
Oh, it's 8 ounces. Is that pre-cook or post-cook?
I'm not gonna tell you how much I paid for it. Just know it was worth every dollar.
It was over 100.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, then you're good.
Yeah, nigga. I'm sorry. If I pay over 100 in some styrofoam, I'm throwing plates.
Are you throwing the styrofoam?
Well, after I eat it.
Because I did go somewhere else to get some plates to come back. Like
you say that until that shit is fired. You be like, yeah.
Oh no, I'm lying my ass off right now because I've done it and I bit it and I was like, all right, I won't throw this.
Now I tell you what. So this is off topic, but I'm gonna just tell a story since I guess we're 45 minutes in. Fuck it. So we were doing this thing now. You know, we're gonna. You know, I normally take the family out once a week, and we're doing different. The whole point is to go somewhere we haven't been. Right, man. She picked this place the other day. Actually, last night. I came home hungry from dinner. That's how trash the food was.
Damn.
And I said, "How do you?" I literally got fish and chips. I said, "This is a safe pick." You know, little tartar sauce, little ranch. At least I can. Man, I'm talking about the most unseasoned food I've ever had in my life. I thought
Was it mushy too?
the fries were overcooked.
Did you think you had COVID?
The fish had too much batter, almost. But I knew I didn't because I purposely ordered. See, when I eat too much fried stuff, I normally order like something carbonated, so I could taste the drink. That's how I know I didn't have COVID, because I could taste the drink. You know what I'm saying? So, but everything else, it was terrible. You know it's bad, because my own child, who I love with my life, I would die for this child, mine. She wouldn't eat the fries. Now tell me what kid won't eat fries?
That's like when I went to this Chinese food place restaurant, and I had a piece of orange chicken. The dog I had at the time was a Rottweiler, eat anything. I threw a piece of orange chicken at that dog. He looked at the food, hit it with his nose, and was like, "I ain't eating that shit." I said, "God damn, if the dog won't eat it, I'm not touching it."
It ain't for me.
Hey, you know, you made me think of like when you said it's COVID. Did you think you had COVID? I think that's what's happening now. Is I'm gonna do that to everything. I'm calling in sick. I'm like, it's COVID. Oh, I'm not paying these bills. You know why? Because it's COVID.
Yeah, it works.
There's a lot of niggas doing that.
Man. I mean,
crab legs and a burger. Happy wife, happy life.
No. It was a lobster tail, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lobster tail.
Specific ass.
And it was deep fried lobster tail. That shit was fire, dog. I said, damn. And then what they did, I said, this is some player shit, because when they fried it, they cut the shell off, but left like the end tail, so you had to pull the tail off the shit. I said, oh. So you got to saw how juicy the shit was. I said, oh.
Was that us? Is this us? That's people, us?
Oh, you know.
Okay.
You know what I do. You know what I do. That's
Am
all
I
I do
wrong?
is us.
Like, I went to get sushi and it was all white people making the sushi, and I left.
I would have walked out. I'm just being 100. I'm just being one. Like, you call me racist, call me what you want to call me. I don't give a damn. If I walk into a Jamaican spot and ain't no Jamaicans in the back cooking,
at least one. Give me one.
No,
like,
no.
shit.
I need three. I need three. I need the person at the counter.
What if it's a small establishment? There's not many people in the kitchen.
3. Okay, then if it's small, two. Because you got one person at the counter and you got one person in the back. They both got to be Jamaican. Okay?
All right, I'll give you that.
All right.
No, you can have the person up front not be Jamaican, but the dude grilling better be Jamaican. Like, what are we doing?
How do you know they don't have a percentage of Jamaican?
So you're telling me like Charlize Theron, she's African?
Yeah. How we know that we just can't tell.
Nah,
yeah, I guess you're right.
Sure. It need to be for sure.
Like, give me your ancestry information.
I took my daughter to La Michoacana today for ice cream. The lady didn't speak a lick of English. I was not offended at all. I said, this is going to be some fire shit. And I got me a fruitless drink. All that shit was fire. And we couldn't even communicate. I had to point to what I wanted. But we made that shit happen.
Did a thumbs up go up? Did you give her a thumbs up? Yeah.
I said, gracias.
I'm gonna thank you for that, because I hate when I see people just get louder. I said orange. You're like,
it's not gonna change the language barrier, sir.
Because she was like, you know, she said she meant what ice cream she wanted. And my daughter was like, this one. I was like, baby, she don't understand you. I said cookies, you know, because they understand, pick up some word. So she went to the Oreo one. I said, no, she want the Cookie Monster. And then she said what it was in Spanish, but I wasn't listening because I was looking at other patrons. I wasn't really paying attention. I just make sure she scooped the right one. And then I'll try to make sure, because, you know, the wife gave clear directions. give her a half scoop, not a whole scoop. Don't let them fill the cup up. So then I'm trying to tell her, hey, stop, no more. Like I'm doing this from the glass, and she looking like at me like confused as shit. And I'm like, hey, no. And she goes, and then like my savior came out the back, and she was like, he wants you to stop. She told her in Spanish, but then she walked back, and I'm like, hey, if you can speak English, why you not out here? But it was cool though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had a good time. I would go back.
And it was good too, wasn't it?
That shit was fire.
Okay. With that being said,
Yeah, that's a good part.
this has been episode 27
Do 7
of the Heavyweight Podcast.
D
Kevin,
Juicy Drawls.
Wendell,
Do you have a
aka
nickname
Juicy
for us
Drawls.
this week?
Do you
T-Knots.
have T-Knots?
T-Knots?
That nigga over there.
That definitely is T-Knots. The one. That is definite T-Knot the one. So with that being said, I am Stutter McFly with T-Knot, Kevin Wendell.
This nigga is dead serious about this. Man.
Yeah. And Mo Bougie Lethal.
What up?
Who looks fed and full and completely content with life right now.
Happy. The only thing I'm mad about it, only thing I'm bad about,
I want to go eat something.
I had to get a nap. You know how you need that nap after you eat real good.
I feel it. The itis kick in.
Yeah.
But this has been episode 27. We're back for the new year, 2022. Thank you for rocking with us. Till next time, peace out. Much love. Subscribe, like, and comment.
All that shit.
Keep moving.
And I'm saying a bunch of wild shit this year. The gloves off, nigga.
Hell yeah. I'm with you.
Peace.
Well, yeah.
I'm on Kanye's side. Fuck him. Peace.
Wow.